I'm all right.
All right. Lithium, how much time you need? Okay, he's here. Lithium, man, what's up, bro?
Yeah, come cook us up, cook us.
Yeah, I ain't been anywhere in a while. Hold on.
How you gonna cook us? You don't even know how to use the stove.
Yeah, nah, I ain't been on this joint in a minute.
Hey, we got a
So,
question for you about the three individuals in the title: Titus, Timothy, or Luke. Um, you believe these are all Israelites?
yeah, yeah,
Can you prove Titus was?
yeah. First question is Titus, Timothy. Did they live during the time of Paul?
Wait a minute, brother. We're asking you to prove that Titus is an Israelite. You said, did they live during the time of who?
Paul.
Yes, they lived during the time of Paul.
Cool. I just wanted to establish that first because that's important to the question of what these people's nationality is. Um, when you look up their nationality, it doesn't give you like if they're Edomites or Zidonians or Hamites. So the only
Okay.
thing we can go by is the fact that they're Christians, correct?
Yeah. I mean, no, that's not the only thing you go off the fact. Absolutely not.
What else do you have to go by?
What the Bible says.
What
Maybe
does the Bible
history.
say?
Uh, Galatians 3 and 2, or rather 2 and 3. But Titus, who was with me, being a Greek, was not compelled to be circumcised.
Yeah, but that word Greek, is Helen. So he
Yeah,
was
what does that mean?
Hellenized. He was Hellenized.
No,
Okay.
Helen don't mean Hellenized. So is he a Hellenized person or a Hellenized Jew?
No, he's a Hellenized, and any person who speaks the Greek language, follows their customs or culture, they will be Hellenized.
Okay,
So
perfect.
what's
Watch this. He said, no, wait, watch this. You messed up. What does it mean to follow Greek customs and culture?
What do you mean? If they have like their gods, their ways, their food,
Okay. So someone who's Hellen is a pagan.
right?
Okay. It says that Titus, being the word it uses in the Greek for being, is used in the present tense. Ao or o is, I believe, the word in Greek. It says Paul says that Titus is a Greek presently. So he's a pagan. You're saying Titus is a pagan, a brother in the faith?
Yes, compared to a Jew who's always
Oh,
in the faith. So
all right.
if a person is coming out of or being proselytized, yes, he would be considered, especially if he's uncircumcised, he would be considered uncircumcision or Hellenized.
Here's the problem with that. Titus 1 and 4. To Titus, my own son, after the common faith. They have the same faith. Paul said he has the same faith as Titus.
Understood, but worshiping other gods is not the only way you could be Hellenized. If you're uncircumcised, that's also a way to be Hellenized.
You're
If
not
you're
listening, brother.
following
You're you're,
customs
you're
of the
going to
Greeks,
you're not
you'll be Hellenized.
you're running so fast that you're tripping on your shoelaces, brother. You got to slow down. You just said that being Hellenized means one, you speak in Greek, or you following their customs and their culture. I asked you, what do you mean? You said one thing you made specifically mention of is their gods. So you're saying that I asked you, and I appreciate your answer. You're, I guess, honest according to your standard that Titus was, by your definition, a pagan. The issue with that is Paul doesn't say Titus is a pagan. Paul says Titus is someone who is one his own son in the common faith. What does that mean, common faith?
They had the same faith in common.
Right. So
So,
they're not. They're no. He don't worship no pagan gods. He's the same faith as Paul.
all right, so you want to hold on to the gods part as if there's not other parts that I mentioned. You could follow customs. You could worship the Most High God, but say you follow a Greek custom. Say
Like
you
what?
eat food offered unto idols. Say you're uncircumcised. Someone who
Okay. So Titus. So does
hold on,
Titus
brother.
eat
Let me
food
finish.
sacrificed to
Let me
idols?
finish. I know you got the mod badge. Hold up. Someone like when you look at Cornelius in Acts chapter 10, they said he was a Gentile, but in the very next chapter, chapter 11, they call him uncircumcised. So he's a Gentile because he's uncircumcised, not because he don't follow the faith. Clearly he did because he had good a reputation. He had a good reputation among the Jews, but because he was uncircumcised, he was still called a Gentile. Is that correct or incorrect?
Okay. Hold on. Somebody drove by me playing loud music. I had to take my phone. Uh, Deacon, do you want to respond
That's
to me?
incorrect? That's incorrect for one. But
And
let's
and
go back
so
to
so hold
Titus.
on. So Acts 10. The last verse, he's talking to Cornelius. And in Acts 11 and 1, they're asking Peter, why are you talking to these men uncircumcised? Yes or no?
Yeah, because he's a exactly. That's the point. You're proving our point. He's not an
I'm proving
Israelite.
my point.
No, you think you
We'll
are.
go to
You're
we'll go to Cornelius in a
yeah.
second. Let's stick with Titus. So why isn't it? What's the difference between Helen and Hellenistus?
Hellenistus is the Hellenized Jew, specifically Jew.
Okay,
So
so is Titus a Jew?
He doesn't have to be a Jew. He could be
So what
from
is he?
another, he could be from a northern kingdom, another tribe.
Okay, so Titus is from the tribe of Ephraim or something like that. Do you have any evidence that that's the case?
I have just about as much evidence as you have for him being an Edomite or a
Okay,
Zidonian or an
okay,
African.
perfect. So the answer is no. Thank you. You have no evidence for your claim. You're just throwing it out there.
Well, the evidence that I have, you admitted that this is during the time of Paul. When you read the book of Acts, which is the time of Paul, Timothy, Timotheus, the verse 26, it says this. It says, and when he had found them, he brought them into Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch. Now we know the disciples were Jews, correct?
What are you talking about?
I'm
We're
talking about
asking you to
the
prove
we talking
Titus,
about
brother.
the
We're
people
asking
who
you
were
to
first
prove
called
Titus,
Christian.
bro.
When you look up Titus, it says he's a Christian, correct?
Brother, you have to stop. We're
Brother,
asking you to prove
this is the
Titus is an
proof.
Israelite.
You
You're
already
not
sound
proving
nervous. You already
anything.
sound nervous. When you look up
No
their
one's nervous
nationality,
at
it
all.
says
I'm
Christian,
literally like when I
correct?
like listen. I'm not even joking. I promised you. I'm not lying. I'm literally walking in a park right now.
Brother,
I'm,
you
you a
admitted
walk in
that the
the park.
Christians are Jews, correct?
yeah, the first Christians were Jews. Yes.
When was Esau first called Christian?
It doesn't say when
It
Esau was
doesn't
first
say
called
exactly.
Christian.
So
Number
for
one.
you
Number
to say
two. This is
Titus
a
is any other
ridiculous.
nationality, you have to
Anyway,
show
let me just
me.
respond. Let me
Hold on,
respond.
brother. You
No,
have
ain't
to
no.
show
Hold on.
me
You keep
where
throwing
any
these
other nation was
ridiculous
first called
claims.
Christian.
Okay, so the nation of not in, no entire nation was called Christians. Christians are
The
those who follow
Jews,
Christ.
the disciples
Any
were called
one.
Christian, all right?
Okay, and the disciples do not represent all individual Israelites. So that's a
Disciples were
ridiculous
Jews, though,
claim.
right?
That's I don't I don't have any issue with that. That's not the point. The point
Okay,
is
then. Good. Very good.
Titus is called a Greek in the present tense. What about Titus being a Greek in the present tense makes it to where he wouldn't get circumcised?
This is the
Matter of fact,
problem with you.
before we get to that,
You
before we
guys
get to
that
that,
try to.
one moment, one moment. Why is at the time in which Paul wrote Galatians, Titus called a Greek in the present tense? Can you directly answer that?
Like I said earlier, any uncircumcised person would be called a Greek or a Gentile. That's proven by the book of Acts chapter 10 with Cornelius. So
I'm
being
asking
called
you.
a
You're
Greek
not
doesn't
answering the
have to
question.
do, you don't have
Why
to
is
be
he
worshiping.
called a
Why you
Greek in the
cut me
present
off?
tense?
No, I
Why you
think
call, why you
let me
cut me
let
off?
me let me moderate. Let me step in
He's
real quick.
presently
Let me
called a
step in
Greek
real.
because he's
Hold
uncircumcised.
on, hold on,
I
hold
have to
on.
answer. I have to ask this. So wait a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah, yeah. He's.
So you're telling me
Let's
that the
get that.
Northern
Hold
Kingdom
on.
in the
Wait, wait,
United
wait,
States
wait,
of
wait, wait,
America?
wait. Hold on. Wait. What I want to do is have him get a direct answer, and then give him like 30 seconds so that he can answer that directly. I think that's
Go
fair.
ahead. Go ahead. So the question again is why is Titus called a Greek in the present tense at the writing of Galatians 2?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Like I said, one of the reasons one may be called a Greek is because he is circumcised. Another reason is when you look up the definition, one who follows the Greek customs, ways, or speaks the language. If he even speaks the language, he would be called a Greek. There's many reasons why an Israelite would be called a Greek. Anybody who's Hellenized, they either speak the language, they follow the customs, or they're uncircumcised. In this case, Timotheus may have been uncircumcised, therefore they call him Hellenized. He's
Okay.
not a Hellenizer. There's a difference between someone being Hellenized and a Hellenizer. There's no Hellenizers being converted in the Bible anywhere in the text.
It
Do you
didn't
have a
call him
single? And when
Hellenized.
I say single, I mean literally one. Do you have one lexicon that says that Israelites are called Helen?
That's a good question.
Brother, it's called the Hellenization period.
No.
When you
Answer the
look at
question.
history,
Yes or
it's
no?
called the
Stop.
Hellenization
No.
period
I asked
for a
you
Can you
to
reason.
give
go.
yes or no and then expound?
Do
Like,
you
give a
have
yes or
a
no and then
single
expound.
lexicon that says the word Helen is applicable to Israelites? Yes or no?
When you read the book of Acts chapter 6, verse 1,
Okay. Grecians. That's Hellenistes.
That's
Again,
Hellenistus.
Helen.
That's a different word.
are those Grecians Israelites? Yes
Just
or no?
answer the question,
Yes.
please and thank
Acts
you.
6 and 1.
That's not Helen. That's
That's not
Helleniste.
Helen, bro. That's Hellenistus.
So you're saying they're not Hellenized Jews?
No, you're not listening. There's
Does
the
that
word
change the
Helen.
definition? Yes or
You're
no?
not listening. Helen is a different word than Helleniste.
No, it's not.
Helleniste, yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay. Okay. What is your preferred Bible lexicon? What's your preferred Bible lexicon, sir?
What's your preferred Bible lexicon?
Oh, you can use any one you want to use. It's not going to give you
Okay. Okay. We'll use the
it's not
Strongs.
going to give
Let's
you
let's use the
the
Strongs. Let's use the
nationality of
Strongs.
Timotheus.
Don't worry about it. Let's go to the Greek word there for Grecians. Strong's 1675. Can you tell me what the Strong's concordance number is for Helen? Don't worry, I'll tell you. It's
Yeah, do your
1672.
thing. I'm still at work. Do your
It's
thing.
yeah, it's 1672. It's a different word, bro.
Yeah, I guess the question would be is why if Titus is an Israelite, are Israelites compelled to keep the law and get circumcised?
It depends. If you read in Acts 16, where Paul took Timotheus among the Jews in that area in Lystra, he was compelled to circumcise Timotheus. But when you read the book of Galatians, chapter 2, he was not compelled. He said he had liberty because the Jews did not force him. So, like Paul said, when he was among the Gentiles, he became a Gentile. When he was among the Jews, he became a Jew,
Okay, so
depending where he
Israelites
was
shouldn't
at.
be okay. So it all depends if an Israelite should keep God's laws or not.
According to Paul and the urgency, if he's among
Wow.
Jews who were more disciplined or more strict, like in Lystra, Acts 16, he forced them. It says they were compelled, meaning forced, to circumcise Timotheus. But among the Jews that were in Galatia, he was not compelled. So he didn't.
Okay, you just added all that to the text. For the record,
That's in the text, sir. You can
you
read
don't
that.
have a single. For the record, you don't have a single lexicon. You don't have a single source to
Sir,
substantiate
it's
or
in the
corroborate
Bible.
any of
You
your
don't need
claims.
a lexicon to
It's
read
very
Acts
simple.
16, sir.
Well, listen. The Bible was written in English, so this is why you're having
It's
fundamental
translated from the
misunderstanding.
Greek to the
One
English.
moment.
What's the
Listen.
difference?
One moment. The difference is that you don't know Greek. So if you don't know
I
Greek
do know
and I
Greek. I
don't
got a
know Greek,
lexicon just like
one
you.
one moment,
You just
right,
read the
right.
Greek number
The
for
point
Helen. You
is,
know
the
what it is
point
like I
is,
do.
you. The point is very simple. You and I both are not fluent or proficient enough in the Greek language to be able to read the Greek language
Brother, don't do
without
that. We
having.
don't have to be fluent because you're not fluent, but you
You're
still use the
not.
Greek. Don't
You're
do that.
not even allowing me to speak.
I do your thing.
Galatians 2 is very clear. But Titus, being with me, because matter of fact, you said someone who's not circumcised. Is that true that someone who's not circumcised is called a Greek?
Absolutely. In the New Testament, when you look at
So a Japanese person, they were called. They're by that definition Greeks too. 2,000 years ago.
Jews were not the only
Wow,
ones Hellenized. They conquered many
Okay,
lands
wait, 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 wait,
and
wait.
many regions.
So
this is
so
just so
so so
ridiculous.
anybody who's uncircumcised in the
He's a
first
Greek,
century is a
right?
Greek. You said
Hold on,
uncircumcised though,
priest.
brother.
When you read the book of Maccabees, did they not uncircumcise themselves for the Greeks? Yes or no?
Has nothing to do
It
with the
has
question
everything to
at
do with the
all.
question. Because there's a reason why some people, everybody's naturally born circumcised. Everybody's naturally born uncircumcised. But if you're doing it for the Greek custom of circumcision, that's when you become Hellenized. That's a fact.
That's not a fact. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Look
He's
up the
called
definition of
Helen.
Hellenized. It tells you
What
that
makes okay?
clearly.
You're saying because he followed Greek customs. What does that mean?
You don't know what a Greek custom is?
You don't know what a
People who
Greek custom is, which is why I'm asking
people who
you.
follow Stoicism, when you read Acts 17, those are all
Oh
Greek
my
customs,
Okay.
Greek
God.
philosophers.
So
They
someone
This
who
have
is so
follows
they
bad.
have
Stoicism
Greek
is
gods.
Helen.
Why you cut
This
me
is
off?
this
Why
is
you gonna
so
ask me a
bad,
question and cut me
Lithium.
off, man?
This is so
In
bad.
Acts 17, were they following Greek gods and customs? Yes or no?
Who?
Yes, yes. In
Yes.
Acts
What do you mean who?
17,
You ain't an
yes.
owl, nigga.
Oh,
In
Stop
Acts
saying
okay.
who.
17,
Priests know who.
in
Acts
Acts
17, they were
17,
following Greek customs. That's when you become
yes.
Hellenized, and those were Jews.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
That
So if
means that
hold on,
Titus.
hold on,
That means
I'm
Titus
at
is
work right
pagan.
now, man. I'm at work. I said I was gonna chef you up real quick, but I
Okay,
will return.
lithium though, but you have to hear what you're saying, bro. You have to slow down
I
and
do.
listen to what you're saying.
It's
You
on
said
record.
you
It's on
said that
record. Peace out,
Titus,
car. I gotta go.
but
I'll be
listen,
back.
you said
Much
that
love to you,
Titus.
brother. Much love.
This,
Now,
this
hold
is a
It's
up.
all
this is a
love. It's all
bad
love.
I gotta
It's
theology.
go.
all
I'm at
love.
work. I'm at
So
It's
I
work,
all
just
man.
love.
black people,
Shalom,
please
bro.
don't believe this.
Shalom,
Do
King.
not believe this, black people. I
Shalom.
beg you.
The point is though, the point what he's saying is that in Acts 17, being Helen is following after Stoicism. That's against the Bible. So that means that Titus follows after Stoicism, but Paul said he's of the faith. You can't be both. You can't be of the Stoic faith and of the Israelite faith.
He
You
said,
just
yeah,
can't,
Paul said
brother.
the common faith. After the common faith, it's the common means it's the same. It's similar. It's the same faith. They have the same belief systems.
Okay, St. Patrick, what's up, brother?
Yo, 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 what's up?
What's
What's up,
happening,
brother?
dog?
Can you do you believe Luke is an Israelite?